exactly it. I think that because teaching is different, each kid learns differently, structures are different in different schools and how they teach it. It's also based on the engagement level and just the concentration level. If you look at, especially in the European side, the Dutch, especially the Dutch players itself, they used to have darts in schools as part of their module and curriculum. So when you're taking that into schools, that's the reason why they're so sharp and can think. Like, if you look at different outshots and different ways in which they approach their outshots, it's phenomenal. They have a different approach to thinking about percentage doubles, percentage on the throw, and all of those things. And you look at that and you go, how did they manage that? And you understand that it's from a grassroots level, but it hasn't been pushed out globally. So it's just specifically in one country. Now we have a product that kind of bridges the gap and will create a blanket way to learn darts from a grassroots level, and it removes the stress and anxiety from parents that need their kids to kind of cross those barriers where they may be finding it in school and they don't themselves know how to teach maths. Because, I mean, if you're a parent, generally you're not going to be a classroom teacher. So it means that the teaching element is removed there. So we want to make sure that everybody loves the sport that we love. And who knows, we might find another Luke Littler or many other Luke Littlers.
You touched on it there and kind of beat me to it. Are you hoping from a young age this inspires the next generation, not just on the board, but to be complete players?
100%, and I think that with a lot of the discussions that we are having behind the scenes, which we'll make known in the future, but I think that where we are at right now is building a platform so that we don't just go in when they go to the JDC and now you start picking up what they are doing only in the JDC. If we can create that structure within a school level, and we know that the players that are coming through are able to count, then we know that we're skipping and expediting the performance and focusing on the performance so that we can actually coach the player and not really coach them about counting and numbers, because I think that that's the area where we lose most of the players, because it now becomes, oh, I have to do maths. No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather kick a ball. Whereas if we go, if this is what you've been tested on in school or made fun in school, it then easily transitions them into the playing field. And we know that the sport has no boundaries. So like Lisa Ashton and Fallon Sherrock and Bo Greaves, ladies doing phenomenally well, besides everybody else that's in the sport itself. You look at that and you understand that in a classroom, there'll be girls and boys, and they can compete against each other, because generally in most sports it's always separate, but now we can obviously do that through. And the beauty of it all is it's not only about the desk dartboard that's the most important thing, or the counting and the maths. We've created a game called Battle Deck, which is a board game, which is one of the first that involves the calculations of maths and using the dartboard combination. So there's over 1,800 equations on that, and kids can then compete. And we want to create a competition where if you are not great in the throwing ability of the sport itself, but you know the math side of it, we're now going to create a Battle Deck championships where your math skills will be the #1 skill to have.